So I love to travel and I love to plan all my travels. But the question I always get is, how do you do it, Tjaša? How do you get everything together and make sure that everybody sticks to the plan and that the plan is good for everybody? I think it's really important that you do a lot of planning beforehand, before you go to the actual location, because then you can really enjoy it there and really experience it how you thought it's going to be and not be disappointed when you actually get there. Because Paris can be amazing if you know where to go, but if you just come there, it's a huge city and you might miss all its beauties. So I love to prepare myself for the place I'm going to. And how do I do that actually? So when I have my airplane tickets and when I have my Airbnbs reserved, we usually stay at Airbnb because it's cheaper and you get truly cute apartments, really good apartments for the same price as a hotel or even better price. And I prefer that, especially if we are traveling more than two. For example, when we went with my mom and my brother, we got a super cute Airbnb for half the price of the hotel, and we even got a kitchen that we could cook in, and we actually saved money because we didn't go out to eat as much as we would have to if we wouldn't have a kitchen. So that was amazing, and I love Airbnb, and there's a code down there and you can get a couple of dollars off if you use that code if you are planning on signing up to Airbnb. It's amazing, I'm telling you. I don't sleep anywhere else but Airbnb. The first thing I do, I open a Google document. I input there all my flight information and all my Airbnb information. That means at which time the flight departs and when do we come to the destination, what's the flight number, what are our confirmation numbers, also the address of the Airbnb and the number of the Airbnb host, and maybe any specific info that they gave us. For example, it's a blue house or turn right on the second corner or something like that. I input that all into a document and I separate it by days. So I write the date and the day, so it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, with all the information, and I have like a nice document to start with. This is my starting point. Then I check the weather, and if I can't get an accurate weather report, that means if I'm traveling in more than 14 days from today, I will just try to Google for a general sense of the weather. For example, London can be a little bit rainy all the time, and in Vienna there's winds in the evenings, and Shanghai is really humid and also hot. So you have to put into account all these weather-specific things about your travel when you're planning where are you going to go and what are you going to visit. If I have accurate data, I will put it into my spreadsheet also, like it's gonna be sunny, windy, cold, hot, anything like that. You just put it in so you have everything in one place. Then I make a list of activities that I would like to go see and do. For example, I usually just use TripAdvisor, activities to do, that place, and just try to check the first 3 or so pages for everything and just put into your document, like on the bottom of the document, whatever you would want to see, like all the things. That might be 15 or 20 things that you would like to see. Just put it all there. This is just the brainstorming part. I also ask the people that I'm going with what would they like to see. For example, my brother really wanted to see the Army Museum in Paris, and my mom just wanted to see Mona Lisa, and everything else was just a plus. So I revolved everything around that. From that really long list, I shrunk it to my top list. This is usually 3 to 5 things that I really want to see, and I really try to squeeze them in our schedule. I try not to plan more than 2 activities per day because it just becomes too overwhelming. It's too much. You need the time to rest. You're probably gonna be walking a lot, so you're gonna be tired, and more than 2 activities per day is just a bit too much in my opinion. So we always go for max 2 activities per day, and if you have time left in the evening, I usually use it to prepare for next day or to prepare my Instagram post. But if you're not a social media person as I am, then you can just use it to wander around the surroundings of where you are staying. And that can usually be amazing in itself. So have the buffer time, have the time to breathe, have the time for things to go wrong. So you're not gonna be stressing because you wanted to see also something else today, but there's no more time and yeah, don't do that to yourself. You're traveling, you're having fun, it's your leisure time, so just enjoy it, don't stress it. And I should watch that video again when I'm traveling, telling myself to not stress it. So yeah, because I'm also stressing it a lot always. When you have your top activities that you want to do, go and see, put them on the top of your activities list and together with their names, write also their addresses, their websites and their prices for admissions. This is super important that you also check if there is any discounted rates available. I was researching for our stay with my mom and my brother in Paris, and I saw that there's a lot of discounts for unemployed people, and my mom was unemployed at the time, so I was just like, Mom, can you get that paper that you have of your unemployment translated to French maybe? And she got it translated for 20 euros. And with that paper, even though she was not a French citizen, but she was a EU citizen, we got more than 100 euros of discounts on ticket prices and admission prices for her. And that was just mind-blowing. She was just like, I'm never traveling with anyone else but you, Tjaša, again. This is just amazing. We got practically discount at every single door for her. And me and my brother, we had our student identity cards with us and we also got discounted. So we saved a ton of money not paying for the full price tickets. So that is something to keep in mind. Don't forget your student identity card at home, even if it's not valid anymore. Just take it and show it and maybe you'll get a discount. You never know. So yeah, a couple of days before my departure, I usually check the weather again to see if there were some major changes. And I at least have a bit of a sense if it's gonna rain, if it's gonna be sunny on certain days. And I plan my outdoor activities on the days that it's going to be sunny. And I leave the more indoor activities for the chances of rain. So I input all my top activities into my days, so I have it on every single day, and I even try to look if some activities are close nearby so we don't lose time with transport. And one app that can really help you with planning your transport routes is City Mapper. Google Maps is amazing for pretty much any situation, but City Mapper just makes public transport so much easier. It tells you exactly on which train to go, where to get off, what should be the title on the train, especially if you're the first time in a new city. The metros can be quite confusing for you. They have most of the European big cities covered. It's truly amazing. I love to use it and it helps me a lot. If I have time, I even input beside the activities how to get there and how to get back. And that saves me a lot of time. Also, I check the local prices for metros and for the buses, and if there's any all-encompassing public transport card that you can get, or maybe a tourist card that you can get, or maybe I calculate the rates for how much we're going to use the metro, if it's cheaper for us to take the single fare tickets or for like single ride tickets, or if it's better for us to take day tickets. It's really different. In some cities it's better to take the day tickets, in some cities it's better to take the single ride tickets, and in some cities it's better to get the touristy ticket that also has some attractions included in it, and therefore it's really good to know where you want to go, what you're going to see, approximately how many rides you would need to take, especially if it's a bigger city and you can't really do it on foot. I did that mistake in London when I said, oh, Google says 30 minutes on foot, that's not that much. And my legs almost fell off because there was 30 minutes, yeah, to the train station, and then we need another 15 minutes to get to our home. So if Google says 30 minutes by foot, that is a lot. Sometimes it's better to pay the money and go with the train and be rested and in good energy than to try to be super cheap and then be so tired that you don't even care what you are looking at. You just want to go home. Don't do that, okay? See where you can save and spend some more when it's necessary. So yeah, it's really important that you check all the rates for the transport. What is the cheapest option for you and for the kind of travel you are going to have. And the last thing you need to do is print out a paper, take it with you, and go enjoy your vacation. I put my travel plan into Google Drive because I really want to have it available at all times, even if I forget to print it out, if I forget to take it with me. I can edit it on the go. It's a Word document that changes with you and is always with you. That's why I use Google Drive, and I think that's one thing that you really need to have when you are traveling. Also, all your digital airplane tickets have to be in some sort of cloud storage when you leave the home. Because if you come to the airport and you see that you forgot to print the tickets, it's gonna cost you a lot to print the tickets from the counter. But you can usually find a print shop nearby or ask at your hotel or Airbnb if they can print something for you, and that is a lot cheaper. I really hope I explained to you how I plan my trips and how you can avoid many mistakes of traveling by planning. You know that saying, failing to plan is planning to fail. So that is super true when it comes to traveling, especially if you are not fluent in the language that they speak at your destination. So I would love to hear your travel stories, and I would love to hear any other tips you have about traveling, because I'm still learning and I still think that I can upgrade my process. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them down below. I would be very happy if you would give me a big like. There's another video from my channel if you want to watch it. So yeah, you can click my face and subscribe for more amazing videos. And I hope I'll see you very, very soon. Bye!